The winds of change swept across Burkina Faso on September 30, 2022. A young army captain, Ibrahim Traoré, seized control, deposing the interim government and promising a new era for the beleaguered nation. Traoré's ascent marked the second coup in 8 months, a testament to the deep-seated frustrations and unfulfilled aspirations of the Burkinabe people. His rise to power, swift and decisive, has captivated the continent and ignited a debate about the future of democracy and self-determination in Africa. Traoré's story is intricately woven into the tapestry of Burkina Faso's turbulent history, a narrative marked by military coups, popular uprisings, and the enduring legacy of Thomas Sankara, the iconic revolutionary leader who met an untimely end in 1987. Ibrahim Traoré was born in 1988 in Bondokouy, a town in western Burkina Faso. His early life was modest, far removed from the corridors of power he would one day occupy. Traoré pursued higher education, earning a degree in geology, a stark contrast to the military path he would later embrace. His academic pursuits, however, did little to diminish the deep sense of patriotism and social justice that burned within him. Traoré's worldview was profoundly shaped by the enduring legacy of Thomas Sankara, Burkina Faso's revered revolutionary leader. Sankara, often dubbed Africa's Che Guevara, had captivated a generation with his vision of a self-reliant and socially just Burkina Faso, free from the shackles of neo-colonialism and corruption. Traoré, like many of his peers, grew up on tales of Sankara's defiance, his commitment to Pan-Africanism, and his unwavering belief in the potential of the Burkinabe people. Traoré's journey into the military was driven by a desire to serve his nation and protect it from the growing threat of jihadist insurgencies. He joined the military in the early 2010s, quickly rising through the ranks thanks to his dedication and tactical acumen. He served in several counter-terrorism operations, witnessing firsthand the devastating impact of the conflict on Burkina Faso's fragile peace and stability. Traoré's experiences on the front lines fueled his growing disillusionment with the government's handling of the insurgency. He became increasingly critical of what he perceived as corruption, incompetence, and a lack of political will to address the root causes of the conflict. His views resonated with many within the military, particularly among the younger officers who bore the brunt of the fighting and witnessed the sacrifices of their comrades. Section 4. Seizing the Reins, the 2022 coup d'état. The situation in Burkina Faso reached a boiling point in 2022. The jihadist insurgency, far from being contained, had spread like wildfire, claiming thousands of lives and displacing millions more. Public anger grew towards the government of Lieutenant Colonel Paul-Henri Sandaogo Damiba, who had himself seized power in a coup just 8 months earlier, accusing him of failing to stem the tide of violence. On September 30, 2022, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, along with a group of like-minded officers, launched a coup d'état. The coup, swift and bloodless, sent shockwaves across the nation and the international community. Traoré, in his first address to the nation, justified the coup as a necessary step to refocus efforts on combating the jihadist insurgency and restoring security and stability to Burkina Faso. Section 5. Traoré's Vision, Sovereignty, and Pan-Africanism. In the aftermath of the coup, Traoré moved quickly to consolidate power and articulate his vision for Burkina Faso. He dissolved the government, suspended the constitution, and pledged to hold elections within 3 years. Traoré's ideology, a potent blend of anti-colonialism, Pan-Africanism, and economic sovereignty, drew heavily from the legacy of Thomas Sankara. Traoré's pronouncements resonated with a segment of the population, particularly those disillusioned with the status quo and yearning for a return to Sankara's ideals. His emphasis on self-reliance, his condemnation of neo-colonialism, and his call for African solutions to African problems struck a chord with those who viewed the West's involvement in the region with suspicion and distrust. Section 6. A shift in allegiances, repercussions, and opportunities. Traoré's foreign policy marked a significant departure from his predecessors. He distanced Burkina Faso from its traditional ally France, ordering the withdrawal of French troops from the country and shutting down French media outlets. This move, while applauded by some as a long-overdue assertion of sovereignty, raised concerns about a potential void in security cooperation. In a move that further signaled his intention to chart a new course for Burkina Faso, Traoré strengthened ties with Russia, welcoming Russian military trainers and exploring economic cooperation. This pivot towards Russia, while raising eyebrows in Western capitals, reflects a growing trend among some African nations seeking alternative partnerships and asserting their strategic independence.